How's it going, Karen? I'm Nigeria Chambers. I'm from Big O Belt Media. Thank you for your time today. Super excited to talk about your project, Village Keeper, which made its world premiere this year at Toronto International Film Festival. Just on that note alone, that's a huge win. Just what's been those emotions. Obviously filming or having an idea, then wearing all of the hats to get it done and then actually filming it and then getting it done. Then you landed at the biggest film festival in the world. And obviously folks have been raving about it. It was just at this point right now, what's been all those emotions for you?
It's been a lot, to be honest. It's been really overwhelming, and surreal in a way, because just as you said, like something in your head you see on a screen, and then you watch people watching it,
Yeah,
and it it felt like cinema, like to
yeah,
be in this dark room and watch people react and have contradictory reactions to some things and really warm reactions to others. Like
yeah,
it's hard to describe. I feel like painters would understand, or someone with more of immediacy for
yeah.
their work. So it was a beautiful experience.
Yeah, congratulations. This was a difficult film, and it's not because the film wasn't amazing. It's difficult because one may say this film is covering a lot, but others may say this is a very normalized mindset. These are very normalized actions. These are very normal conversations that we endure each and every day. And why it's difficult for me is because there was so many points in this film. I just had to just take a second and try to receive the message and understand how I was going to use this film to apply change in my life. And that's powerful. That's why I would hope more people continue to make films and us as the viewers, it sends a way to like healing society. And even just starting just in our own homes and families, it really covers a lot of these things. For you, because this is your golden egg. This is your passion project. This may also be, as you talk about an artist, this is your canvas that you stroked the paintbrush on and your blood, sweat, and tears for things that you may endure in your life. When you have to release something so special to you to the world,
Mhm.
um, like how do you navigate such a thing? Like were you kind of aligned that emotionally yet creatively to navigate such a strong and important message, but yet your
Mhm.
story?
Mhm. My goodness, Nigeria. Um, I'm still grappling with it. I think if this film has taught me something, if anything, is that we're capable of holding so many emotions at the same time. And so I'm so grateful to be here, but it's so nuanced because
Yeah.
some of these lessons were hard earned. Like my mom's not here anymore. So like started the film and just the impact of like one life on mine and the ripple effect of just like her resilience and insistence on joy. She's absolutely so much the grandma character who just wants to play her music, and enjoy right now. And like someone like her elders can teach us so much about holding joy while still holding everything else and putting down some of the other things sometimes. So this film has taught me that like all these frames, it's like moments and these memories that I'm trying to put on screen. Like it's nothing compared to what we hold all the time and just that balance.
Yeah. 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 I think that's actually how I want to kind of reevaluate how I kind of navigate my conversations about the film is like what it taught me because there is a lot of that in here. And I also think about at times as an adult and even times as kids because with therapy being such a matter of fact, to think about therapy in this film, why it's so powerful because therapy is used in so many different ways. Most people think therapy, it's like, oh, you got to go see a therapist and get your life fixed, essentially the most
Mhm.
basic but yet ignorant way of how people portray therapy. But I see therapy through so much in this. The music for one. self-care for another that's in this journey. And also the idea of not holding on to something that was never you to hold on to in the first place. Like, and this is just a little bit of it. I gotta obviously talk about your lead here and Luna K, who I've been watching her for years, and she just continues to get better and better and better with such a complex but yet important role. I got to know what you two's conversations were for her to navigate, the one side of trauma, but yet the other side of therapy through her performance.
Mhm. Yes, Olenike Adelie. She is she's one of a kind, and she was such a leader on our set. Um, that the moment we turned the camera on, she just started like, I don't, it was just magic.
Yeah.
And you believed every single frame. And so just to watch that unfolding and watch the crew react to be like, oh, 'cause we were live. We were shooting live and everywhere that we were, and she just like locked in, and it was so beautiful to see like an actor. Like she's such a professional, and she just draws so much. And so putting an actor in a real life setting, a real life settings, just watching to see, like without the artifice of like a camera. No, obviously we had a camera and lights
Yeah.
and very little light. Um, but just in the world, um, taught me a lot. But it also
Yeah.
reminded me a lot of why these stories are so important, and these like little nuances are so important. And so she's such an amazing actor to be able to carry and hold so much at the same time.
Yeah. Truly. I also love the celebration of our people. I thought the scene of Sean Carnival was amazing in itself, and how that was shot was so beautiful. So there's so many little things to pick up from this film. Just for my final question, I definitely want to know, with everything that everybody that was a part of this film, including yourself, who wore multiple hats and getting this done, what was that measure of sort of self-care after the filming was done? What did you all collectively kind of do to kind of like process what had been done? Obviously, the success of the hard work, but the messages that you were getting ready to release into the world. What were some of the things that you all did collectively in terms of like self-care?
That is a great question, and a part of the nuance in making this film. Like I believe that it's like everything goes in the frame, every single thing. And so anything happening behind the frame, some way manifests its way. And so we wanted to be really careful in the way that we cared for our crew and our cast, navigating these things because we were shooting in these areas, we were filming in these areas live. And so like if we went people screaming and weeping, and we had to prepare our crew and the community for what we're about to do and go about it with respect. We got poet and soon to be Dr. to be young um, to help us manage care on set. And so we gave folks resources, breathing
Mm,
exercises, little things that they could do, but also that it was okay if you need a minute. We were shooting fast. We were shooting really, really fast, but I'm really proud that we were able to take time every day and like connect, and then and if we just handled everything with care, and I've never gotten that ability before, like on a set this big. I've always been a guest of someone else's set, always happy to be there, but to set the tone, um like, and I think it shows. I think it shows, and our cast and our crew are so proud of what we were able to accomplish together in like 12 days.
yeah. Wow. Wow. Well, now that TIFF is over, the fans, the audience are obviously going to want to know when they may be able to get a chance to watch this. Will you be putting this in any other film festivals, or will we be looking at some measure of a theatrical or even a video on demand release? What is the future plans now for Village Keeper?
Well, from your lips to God's ears, we're riding a wave right now. Our next stop is Vancouver
Yeah,
and Edmonton, but beyond that, just I feel like this is such a whisper in the night, in the day, throughout the. Just if people can talk about this film
yeah,
in any way, shape, or form, it would just help us get to more ears and more hearts, more television screens, more theatrical releases.
Yeah.
So yeah, folks keep talking about it. We'll find our way.
We will. We absolutely will. And you have my support, Karen. Thank you so much for your time to talk about your film today. But just thank you again so much for this project. I will have an opportunity to check it out again, and obviously in preparation for this, but I definitely want to watch this again because there was so many things as I mentioned that I want to like take and assess and kind of apply to my life and try to figure out some of the other messages that were being said. Because at a point at some point I felt like this was so personal to me, like this was like my story in a sense. But you know I'm very thankful and blessed for folks like you that continue to help us heal the world and putting out a film that is talking about these difficult conversations, the generational trauma, the things that we don't usually talk about, the things we try to hide from the kids, because we worried about how it may affect them instead of just being
Mhm.
honest with them. All those things are in this film, and I look forward to um, making sure that I take and receive your message and apply it to myself and to the world.
That is large. That's so big. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time today, and I'll be cheering for you, and hopefully we get to talk again very soon.
Oh, one love, brother.
Thank